Oh, hey, look at that. We're live. Okay.
Live.
My name is Mike Feyrer, and you are?
I'm Jonathan Downen.
And we make videos on the internet under the moniker Fish Tuxedo. And today is a Casual Wednesday video for June the 4th. It is a Wednesday.
2014.
2014, absolutely. Don't get it mixed up. Yeah, so real quick, let's just do this really quick, Jonathan. Rapid fire. What have you been playing?
Watch Dogs. I've actually been streaming some stuff, some Watch Dogs. First streaming experience, been good. Had a total of maybe 2 people watching, so that was awesome. But I had a weird thing with Twitch, and where like I had an account with Justin TV like years ago before I signed up for Twitch. So like somehow whenever you tried to view the stream on Twitch, it would like send you to Justin TV. It was a whole hassle. It's fixed now, and I'm gonna be doing some more streaming stuff because it was pretty fun.
Okay, because I kept trying to watch your stream, or at least the VOD afterwards. And every time I would go to the twitch.tv/Jonathan Downen, it would link me to justin.tv, the homepage, and that's not viewable on my iPhone.
Okay.
And it would say, hey, download the Justin TV app. And I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Right. That's not what I'm trying to look at. I didn't even know Justin TV still existed because I thought that they had switched their name to Twitch, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they just had an announcement recently that they are actually maybe kind of winding down services because Ustream is like handling the like live like in-person live stuff. So I don't know, we'll see. But Twitch, I'm fully on Twitch. My account has been like pushed over. Awesome. They helped me on Twitter, so that's all set. So I'll be streaming some more. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. And I watched a little bit of the video. I was really surprised at the quality of the stream.
Yeah, with the latest PlayStation... I
wasn't really expecting that much from the...
Yeah, with the latest PlayStation update, they allow you to like actually stream HD now, so it should be pretty good. Yeah, good to hear that it looked good. Yeah. Yeah,
I might be doing some streaming next week or later this week, whatever this week is, because I will probably get it. Yeah, I'll probably be getting a PlayStation 4.
Well, you'll definitely be getting a PlayStation 4. You just don't know if it'll function.
Yeah, that's how it works is another question. Yeah, I'll explain it real quick. I saw a thread on NeoGAF. If you don't know what NeoGAF is, you're probably better off.
I can't imagine anyone watching this doesn't know about NeoGAF.
Yeah, you would think, but they're still innocent souls.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
I just want to watch videos about video games. They're fun, you know. Yeah. NeoGAF is not the place for you. But no, I browse NeoGAF pretty regularly, and I saw a thread that was $2.99 for a PlayStation 4, and I thought, that's crazy, Bamba. So I looked on, and it was it's this website called Cowboom, which is a Best Buy affiliate that they sell all their pre-owned stuff and whatever. So I ordered. So I read through the thread. Somebody says, "Wow, $2.99, that's a great deal." Next person says, "Pre-owned, would not buy." Somebody else says, "Cowboom, they fucking suck. Do not buy from there." Other guy says, "If you buy something that's 5 and up, it's probably fine. Like it's great." And and somebody else said, "Yeah, I bought something from there. It was good. It was good. It worked. It was fine." And somebody else said,
"It's like Amazon reviews. This is the worst. This is the best."
Yeah. And somebody says, if you buy 5 and up, it's generally okay." Somebody goes, "I bought a 7, didn't work. Piece of shit." And then this one I ordered, I did not know until after it had been ordered, but it's actually a 4. So.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What's the rating system?
It's the quality of the appearance. Is a 4 out of 10.
I see.
For $100 off, whatever, and it's got scratches and scuffs, it says. And I don't know what the fuck you do with a console to scratch it and scuff it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried, but it's still under warranty by Sony anyway. And on top of that, if it doesn't work, I'll just send it back. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, as long as they have like a return policy and stuff.
Yeah, they do. It's pretty. I mean, if you have a pre-owned website, it should be a pretty comprehensive pre-owned.
Do they test the stuff? I assume they do.
Yeah, it says that it was tested to work. It's just the only caveat is that it's scuffed and scratched on the outside, and it's for something that's going to sit behind my TV because I don't have an entertainment system.
Right.
You know, it's just going to sit behind the TV, and you know, who cares?
Black. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. I'll just spray paint it. No big deal.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that'll be fine.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then I'm obviously gonna pitch. Look, wow, I cannot talk, man. I'm gonna pick up Watch Dogs.
Yeah, Watch
And I will
Dogs.
stream some. And that'll be fun.
Yeah, we should get some multiplayer going. I generally don't play multiplayer, but will be a great excuse to play some multiplayer.
Yeah, totally. And maybe we can stream that.
Yeah, that would
and
be
then
something.
put it on the YouTube channel
Right.
in quick tidbits of me saying,
Content.
me yelling at you or something.
Yeah.
Saying, you suck. Play your class. Play the objective.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you've been playing?
No, that's it. Let's hit some of the E3 stuff, man.
Totally.
Let's talk E3 because it's pre-E3 week here, and I did a video on E3. You did a video on E3, and I'm probably going to be doing another video on E3. So let's talk about E3 and make this video about E3.
Yeah, totally. Wow, it's E3 a week early. I'll tell you.
And then next week will be all about E3 too.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, let's just be real frank. We're not exactly sure how we're gonna handle next week.
Yeah.
It's looking like it'll just be a regular week of stuff, but who knows? If any big news happens, maybe we'll have it. E3 2014 Extreme.
Right.
Extreme mega quick video cast.
Not so casual news.
Yeah.
Breaking news cast.
I have to make a really wicked bumper where it just is like E3 2014 and explosions.
Everything's exploding. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's the only thing. That's why I need to know what we're doing, because if I have to make that super sweet bumper, and I want like a slick guitar lick in the background, like while like E3 is exploding, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, E3, we're excited, right?
Of course, this is the biggest time of the year for guys like us who are loving them some games.
Nerds.
I know we talked about this before we started here, but definitely looking forward to watching those press conferences.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Gonna be amazing.
I think that is one thing that we share in common is that I will forego news all day while I'm at work so I can come home and watch the press conference. Yeah. That's how big of a nerd I am.
I don't know. You just want to be surprised, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I made that quick hit last week about, and right at the end I mentioned the PlayStation experience thing that they're doing in theaters.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, there was one that was about 45 minutes away from my house. I'm a little disappointed. Their tickets were gone.
Yeah, that's definitely what I thought too. When I saw that news, I immediately clicked on the link that had all the theaters. Not a single one in Iowa, so not going to be doing it. But
there was one
it totally would have gone if there was one close.
Yeah, I'm about an hour from Philly, and there was one in Philly, and then there was one in New York, and I'm like, that's no. There's one
that
in
would
DC.
be a nightmare.
Yeah,
in a city like New York, going to one of those, I'm not sure that would be awesome.
Even Philly would be a little packed, but they were sold out when I looked anyway. So I'm gonna miss out on my PlayStation freebie.
Right.
So yeah, let's get right into it, man. There's a leak.
Yeah.
There were leaks.
A lot of leaks and like stuff being announced pre-show in a way that I don't really remember happening in previous years.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Do you remember it being this? There being this much pre-E3 buzz for things that we didn't know about previously.
No, not at all. Like the Forza Horizon announcement is a really weird one because that's a pretty big game, you would think. And entering the Forza series seems like it would be a big deal for Microsoft and definitely worth stage time. I mean, hell, they've had real $1 million cars on stage talking about Forza, so obviously that's a big deal for them. So it's weird that came out first. I mean, before the show, and it's kind of almost encouraging to me, this stuff, because it makes me feel like they must have some really big stuff to show during the show. But I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I kind of was thinking along those lines too. That we're seeing so many strange pre-E3 announcements and all that there has to be something. There has to be something that we don't know about that they're going to show. But I will say the one thing about Forza Horizon 2 is that it's cross-gen. And this is a Microsoft-published game that is coming to the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. Now, there's been a lot of grumbling, obviously, with people like you maybe not necessarily you, but people like you who own a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One and are looking for things to play. And maybe being a little bit disappointed that Watch Dogs is like noticeably cross-generation, you know?
Right. So the cool thing, the way they're handling Forza Horizon 2 seems to be the original developer of Forza Horizon is handling the second one, and they are building it off of the Forza 5 engine.
Oh, wow.
And they are handing off all of the duties for the 360 version off to a porting house who will be building the content from 2 into the engine from 1. So that kind of alleviates some of my concerns about it.
Okay,
actually.
well, I did not know that, so actually that is a little less concerning, but that is a strange... It's a
really interesting way to handle that.
Sounds like a lot of money.
It does sound like a lot of money.
Hey, well, whatever. Microsoft got them deep pockets, you know?
Yeah.
So, so that's interesting, though, because I really do like the first Forza Horizon. I thought that was a great game. One other announcement that we have listed here that I'm really excited about is Mortal Kombat X or 10. I don't think there's been anybody who's actually officially pronounced that out loud.
I imagine 10, but who knows? But like, okay, let's talk about this a little bit. So I played. I was back in the day a big Mortal Kombat 2 guy. Played quite a bit of Mortal Kombat 3. Then checked out completely. Didn't play any of that shit until Mortal Kombat 9, which is the last one, because it got a lot of critical praise. And frankly, I'm not a big fighting game guy, but I heard about the cool story mode in that game and stuff, and it went on sale on Steam at one point for like $15 or $20. So I just bought it and I played through it, and it was good. But I'm not a really good guy to ask if you're excited for that next one because I'm not a fighting game guy, so whatever. But I do have an opinion on like how it was announced, and I don't think that's really awesome. Like CG trailer, really?
Yeah.
Why does that get you pumped? Just just more Mortal Kombat?
I will say that the CG trailer, excuse me, is a little bit played out. You know what I mean? The CG trailer thing. We see it every year, and unfortunately, it's just what we've come to, get used to. Like, for example, another game that was released with a CG trailer was Homefront: The Revolution.
Right.
That was full.
Was that CG? I could that almost looked plausible to be high-tech engine stuff.
No, it does, and to be fair, I think that Mortal Kombat stuff wasn't too far off base. I think that I will say in regards to Mortal Kombat 10 and Homefront: The Revolution, in particular, those two games, those CG trailers look like they're extremely representative of what those games are trying to portray. Unlike something like the first Dead Island, trailer, which was super emotional and tonally just completely different than the game.
I still think that was real awesome, though. Yeah, I mean, it was lame in a way that it really was misrepresentative of what the game was.
To me, it's like the Watch Dogs E3 2012 trailer. You know what I mean? That was in game, but it ended up being like a total farce. Same thing with this with that Dead Island trailer. Like, it was a cool trailer. It was probably one of the best video game trailers ever. Along the lines of that first Gears of War trailer. But it wasn't, unlike the Gears of War trailer, it wasn't representative of the final product at all. And but I do think that this Mortal Kombat game, I really like that. Yeah, it was a CG trailer, but it was an exposition. It was, look, two dudes that that are the front runners of this franchise, beating the shit out of each other,
doing what they do.
Yeah, and kind of inappropriate music in the background for the game.
So let's talk about that. So we got some hip hop in that trailer. I believe Wiz Khalifa, right?
Yeah.
I think that's his name because I'm not a big hip hop guy.
He's a local guy. He's actually not too far from me.
Oh yeah, I'm just aware of him. But is there a crossover there, like hip hop scene and like fighting games or something that I'm just not aware of?
I'll be honest. I think that there is kind of like a fighting game scene in in that kind of urban area. But I think it's just like younger kids get, and not kids, but I mean younger people are more. They're more into fighting games, and I think that younger people are also into hip hop now.
Sure.
But that I will say that music. that music before until Wiz Khalifa came in, I was like, this is okay. This is actually kind of cool. I thought it was a cool, like, you know, like two people beating the shit out of each other to a pretty cool rap instrumental. But yeah, like I was saying, that it's super representative of what is happening. Like they're even on a 2D plane. You know what I mean? They don't exist outside of that 2D plane, which I was like really, you know, I was like, holy shit! If this game even looks a fraction like what this trailer looks like, it's gonna be awesome.
I agree.
Kind of getting the injustice in it using the environment. And then what I will say is that have you ever played Def Jam Icon?
No, but I know I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that rapper fighting game, but what it would do it would use the background. The background would bump and move around to the exactly to the
bit of that. Wait, that probably doesn't even show up. I got to be talking.
Yeah, you did. I know.
Well, I did one of these.
Exactly.
Where I made the background move. That's what I was doing.
Like the background would move and all that, and then like when the chorus would hit, like a gas station would explode or something dumb like that. So you know, you got your Paul Wall and you grab Mike Jones and throw him into a fucking, you know, like on top of a manhole cover, and then the beat drops, and then fucking manhole cover explodes, and you know, it's the most ridiculous thing. And the whole time as soon as I saw that trailer, I posted on my friend's wall on Facebook, and I was like, imagine this, except with the Def Jam Icon background music, which is what immediately came to mind because these kind of games don't typically have that hip hop, you know, backing, which I don't think this game will. But the marketing does, and it was a little weird, but it's cool. And I will say, I like Soul Calibur, I like Tekken, but I've historically not really been a big fighting game fan. I've never been a Mortal Kombat fan, just never, because you know after the Mortal Kombat 9 came around and my dad bought it, so I played it and I was like, holy shit, this game is fucking awesome. And then I got really into it. I learned a bunch of combos and stuff, and I was pretty good. And then I went online, and I was like, wow, I'm not very good. So, but no, that's my history with that game. And for whatever reason, that game just really resonated with me. I thought that the story mode was great, the characters was great, and it was an accessible fighting game. And I really got into it. So this new one is, I mean, they've been teasing it for a little bit now. Ed Boon has really been waving his dick around, saying, "Hey, Mortal Kombat."
Just very tangentially related, but hey, did you watch it must have been GDC show on Giant Bomb where Ed Boon showed up on the couch next to Dave Lang?
No.
Okay.
That sounds awesome.
You have to go watch it. It's ridiculous. Dave Lang is like blasted, like way drunk, and being all Dave Lang with John Vignacchi, and those two together are like the opposite. They're like kryptonite to Ed Boon. Like they're the opposite personalities of Ed Boon.
That's so funny.
They go real weird.
Like, you know what? It's a strange thing about Ed Boon too, is that for a dude who makes a game about, you know, this trailer ends on, you know, Sub-Zero getting his head ripped off by Scorpion and then just saying who's next.
And then a knife pinning it to a tree trunk. Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. Weapons, dude. That's something that nobody's talking about. Weapons. Fucking weapons in the previous Mortal Kombat games have been terrible. But this one, I actually, the second time I watched, I was like, holy shit, he just fucking threw an axe sword at Sub-Zero's head. And they were using a sword and all that. So that's super cool. But yeah, but Ed Boon makes these games that are just so over the top, ridiculous, violent. Yeah. And then you hear him in an interview, and he's just such a mild-mannered, nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seems really nice, but it's just
real straight-laced dude.
You would expect that the dudes from like Devolver Digital would be making a game like this. You know, those dudes that just do not give a shit. They're just we make games. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh man, so
that Giant Bomb video is a must-watch.
I gotta watch that. You gotta send me a link after this. Yeah, it sounds great.
We'll put a link to that in the show notes for this.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Just real quick, did you want to say anything about the about Mortal Kombat?
No, I got nothing for Mortal Kombat. I'm interested to see what it is, but yeah, that's it.
I was gonna say Homefront since we mentioned that.
Yeah, I actually played through the first Homefront with my brother. He was just like happened to be around that weekend. The weekend it came out or something, and we were like, we'll play a bad game. So we played through that thing, and it was certainly bad. But I think the premise is all right. There could be some cool stuff you could do with it, and Crytek is a way better. it's probably in way better hands now than it was then.
Oh.
Which, I forget the studio name for the first one, but they're gone now.
Yeah, I mean, that was a THQ game. That was really the last-ditch effort for THQ. They expected that to be huge. You remember, it was at the E3 before they shut down. They had that huge, or maybe it was the year before. They had that huge, really weird marketing campaign that ended up getting a lot of media attention for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
That was really strange.
Like Korean barbecue trucks or something. Like it was a weird thing going on. But it looks nice. Like the trailer looks nice. Maybe CG, who knows? But like, yeah, Crytek, I'll at least give it some time to where I'll check it out, like see what it's about. You know. Yeah.
And I did play the original Homefront, about half of it, and it was a lackluster game. Yeah, I thought that the campaign wasn't horrible for the part that I played of it. It was just very standard with the story could have been built upon a little better.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, Crytek makes good games. They make good games, and obviously they're responsible for the Crysis series and the original Far Cry.
I think it's very accurate to say Crytek makes good games. Not great games, not amazing games. They make good games.
And I mentioned this to you before the show, but I would call them the id of today. They've taken the mantle of being the id of modern gaming because they make great tech. You know, the games look beautiful. They're on the bleeding edge of what we can output. But they're okay games. You know, they're good games, but they're not pushing. They're not racking your brain.
Yeah, I hadn't made that connection before, but yeah, that's totally apt. I think makes sense.
So Homefront, whatever. I mean, I think this is the #1 sequel that we can all say that we never asked for.
Right.
But then again, Homefront is probably one of the highest rated games that we've never asked for in general.
Sure.
High on the top of the list. Because that's another thing about that game is just it came out at a time where nobody wanted that. Nobody was asking for another first-person shooter.
Right.
Anyway, so that's the biggest whatever news that has happened that is E3, pre-E3 related. I think we can both agree that we hope that I'm kind of hoping that it's not just all sequels and shooting games.
I think we'll be. I'm pretty optimistic that we'll get some surprises next week from Sony and Microsoft at least. I think there's going to be some cool stuff. I mean, now's the time to kind of like really kick off into high gear with the current gen stuff. And I think we're going to see stuff that, although it may be like sequels, it's going to be almost like reinventions of franchises. Like we may see the next Mass Effect stuff there.
Yeah,
and I think that's going to be pretty different from any Mass Effect we've ever played. So that would be cool.
Real quick, E3 prediction. Do you think that we are going to see a game announced that we have not heard of yet that will come out this year? Because everything so far has been 2015 in a really bummy, shitty way. Everything that was supposed to come out this year that was announced last year is now coming out in 2015 for the most part. Do you think that we're going to see anything that is going to be announced this year that will come out this year?
I gotta say no. I mean, it would be awesome, but I really don't. That seems super aggressive. Mm-hmm. I mean, with the trend we've seen just in the past, even the whole past generation, I think publishers have realized there's lots of value in a long lead-up time for marketing. I mean, tons of trailers, getting tons of coverage until it just peaks at this insanely crazy peak right before release. So,
well, if Watch Dogs is any indication, all you have to do is market for 2 years and have an average game, and it'll sell 4 million copies in its first weekend. Yeah,
best-selling new intellectual property I think ever. So yeah, I think that's a good indicator of that publishers are realizing that they don't have much to gain by being and it's going to be out in 3 months.
Yeah. I think that if there is any company that would benefit from that or might do that, it would be Nintendo.
Sorry, just a real quick. It did come to mind, and it has been rumored, but I think the one chance we have of something like that's not announced yet that may hit in the fall or winter is that Halo anthology thing.
Oh yeah, I think that obviously they want a Halo to come out once a year. I think that's been what we're aiming for. I You know what? Honestly, if I had an Xbox One, I would pick that up because
I would.
Halo 2 multiplayer, man.
I will get an Xbox One at some point, and when I do, I will own that.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I think that Nintendo has done that in the past, where they've announced something and they're like, "Hey, it's out in like 2 months." You know.
Yeah.
They do that. I mean, they've done that with a couple 3DS games in the past. I mean, if it's a bunch of 3DS announcements, I love the 3DS, but I've been playing the shit out of Mario Kart. That game's fucking great, by the way.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah.
Oh man, did you see that video I put on the internet?
Yes, I did.
I threw a banana, bounced off a banner, and hit Wario behind me. That's fucking wicked, dude.
Good
and then,
stuff, man.
and then I threw a green shell, and it ricocheted from the other side of the map and hit Donkey Kong. I've been playing the shit out of that game, man. It's great.
It looks.
I've never been a Mario Kart fan either.
It looks amazing. Yeah. Someday I might own a Wii U, and if I do, that game will probably be the reason.
Yeah, I think that I mentioned this to somebody earlier this week that the Wii U is a great companion console. You know, it's
right.
You know, if you own an Xbox or a PS3 or a PS4, you know, there's no reason to have them both right now. There's really not much of a reason to own one of them, to be honest. But there's definitely no reason to own both at the same time. So you get a PlayStation 4, and then on the other side you get a Wii U. So you get the best of both worlds. You get this, like, Wii U has games that you will literally never play off of that box. Then you got the PlayStation 4, which is the cheaper of the next gen or current gen consoles. So I think it's a good pairing.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah.
So, expect more from us on E3 throughout the rest of the week here, and we're going to be figuring out plans for next week, but there's definitely going to be tons of more E3 stuff from us next week, too.
Absolutely.
Maybe even some extra stuff. We'll let you know. Just keep an eye on the Twitter, hit the website, follow us on Twitter, you know, we'll let you know. Anything else?
Good. No, I think just... If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Watch all the other videos and go to fishtuxedo.com.
Yeah, please.
Have all the videos and more.
Yeah, please share. Please share. That's what we need more than anything.
Share.
Help us let people know we exist.
Absolutely. We do exist. We are people who make things.
We are.
And we only have two voices between the two of us.
Right.
So you,
use a few more.
Have one other voice.
Right.
And if you tell one other person, that person has also one voice.
And then we can dominate the world.
If we can do all this with two voices, imagine what you and that other guy can do with both of those voices.
With two other voices.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No Adam Sandler jokes this week.
Damn it!
All right, man. Yeah, it's good. Pre-E3, man. I'm stoked. I'm excited. Cannot wait. So, yeah.
We'll talk to everybody later.
Absolutely. See you later.
Echo side.